Yeah, what can I do for you?
When we first came to America, I remember seeing lots of restaurants.
Medium vanilla latte.
And thinking, how do those folks become owners of restaurants?
Those were Ina Gitterman's thoughts when she moved here from Ukraine nearly 30 years ago.
My husband's mother had great recipes.
So she hit the road.
It was just a traveling thing that we like to do because I like to cook.
The next step took some convincing.
Are our crepes that great?
But the final leap,
So December 3rd, 2015, we opened up here.
came with a push from her customers.
They kept coming back. They didn't see us as different.
But Ina felt different.
I was born deaf. And I have a deaf family, deaf children as well. And I have to be honest, our several attempts, it was a fail because it was hard working with people in the hearing world, you know.
Ina spent a long time watching people who can hear get jobs
And they stay in that job for a long time.
while searching for her own recipe.
For deaf people, that same story is a hard fit.
Across town, the story was the same for Nick Buchanan and Mario Essig.
You just want to get your coffee and go. You don't
They decided to give selling coffee a shot. But before this, Nick spent years trying to break through in his tech sales career.
You know, you go through school, and at the end, it's still, even though you've got that degree, it's hard to find work. And
Mario
nowadays,
says while working for the U.S. Department of Agriculture,
I was a database manager.
he just couldn't get ahead.
You know, there's a movie called Office Space. You know, I feel like that guy in the stapler in the basement. That's who I feel like.
It's a huge challenge in our community. A lot of deaf people have jobs, but they're underemployed.
Brandy Raris works at Communication Service for the Deaf. She says employment is by far the community's biggest issue. Nearly half the deaf population is unemployed, and 70% is either unemployed or underemployed, meaning they don't have enough paid work or aren't doing work that fits their skill level.
So the numbers they're big.
Raris says companies often shy away from hiring deaf people
How you doing?
because of communication concerns.
The 230 for you.
Often employers don't know where to go to get the resources they need to hire deaf people.
And the negative stigma.
Disability, the word itself is not positive.
That's why for Ina, Nick, and Mario,
We also say up here, it says, point and ye shall receive.
the solution was simple. Create your own company.
Sometimes people come up and they say hi.
And I'll say, wait, deaf.
You know, and they check the box, they read the menu.
And there's a little bit of a self-expression. You can see that they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. And we're like, that's fine, that's what we're here for. That's what the menu's here for.
Recognizing that not everyone can do what they did,
There's a lot of disabled people that are struggling with getting jobs, and we've experienced that.
these employers decided to lend a hand to the discouraged employees they once were.
I prefer to hire deaf employees because of communication reasons.
So far, they've only hired deaf people, about 30 positions between the two businesses.
A change of mindset, a change of heart.
And a change in attitude.
Do we want to build a world where everyone's the same?
The large copies for you.
Or do we want a world of diversity, where diversity is embraced and supported?
I wanted something unique, something rare.
That's what Nick, Mario, and Ina now serve up.
Hearing people are realizing that deaf people are just as equal, and we are having an influence. That's where I feel moved, that we're seeing each other as equals now.
In Austin, Steph Manacero, Spectrum News.